Good morning, everyone. We're continuing the words of the CHOFETZ CHAIM, and he's speaking over here about the concept of the prohibition of listening and accepting the words of Lashon HaRa that you hear. Then he says like this: Af al shmias Lashon HaRa levad gam ken yesh issa min haTorah. Even just listening to Lashon HaRa is an issa d'oraisa. Even if you don't believe it, there is a prohibition from the Torah to hear it, to listen. After Beis Hashmiim, even though that at the time that you are listening to the words of Lashon HaRa, you don't have in mind to accept it, but since that you bent your ear to listen to what he has to say, so whether or not it's true, whether or not you believe it, whether or not you believe that it's true, nevertheless, just merely listening to the words of Lashon HaRa is a prohibition already. However, he does qualify. There is a difference between just listening to Lashon HaRa and being makabel and accepting the Lashon HaRa as true. The bishmiya is just listening. There really is no prohibition. It's only going to be a prohibition if it has nothing at all to do with you for future information. But if it has to do with you and will benefit you in the future by knowing what this person is saying, im emesu, if his words of Lashon HaRa are true, like you understand, Ruvain is listening to Shimon tell over words about Levi, and he understands that when Shimon is telling over this information from the beginning, his intention is he's coming to tell you, Shimon's telling you that Reuven is not such a trustworthy person. And he knows that when Reuven is telling Shimon about the way that Levi acts, he knows that Shimon is about to get involved in some kind of business deals with Levi. Or maybe he's going to make a shidduch, he's going to try to marry off one of his children to Levi's children. And Levi is not a reliable person. In any case that's similar to that. Then so then Shimon would be allowed to listen, meaning there's no prohibition over your listening, so that he should be concerned about these words, and therefore he'll guard himself from Levi, and he won't get involved in a business dealing, and he won't make a shidduch with his children, because that which he's listening to, he's not coming to listen to the disparaging, degrading words about Levi over here. He's just trying to save himself, that he shouldn't get in trouble, that he shouldn't get damaged afterwards, or there should be fighting, an argument that breaks out. Similarly, says the CHOFETZ CHAIM. So if you have what's called to'elis, there's a benefit for you to listen to what this person has to say about Levi. So then there's no issur of Lashon HaRa in that case. It actually would seem to be, as the CHOFETZ CHAIM said previously, it's like a mitzvah for you to listen because you're going to protect yourself. So too, even if for your own personal gain, there's really nothing for you to get out of hearing these words of quote-unquote Lashon HaRa that are being spoken about Levi. However, by you hearing what is being the negative information about Levi, you could help other people. Even in that case, you're allowed to hear the words of Lashon HaRa. Kagain, for example, you want to hear what is being said negative about Levi, then you'll investigate afterwards to see if it's true. And then you will go to Levi, and you will be machech him, you will rebuke him for the mistakes that he's making. And then maybe Levi will take your words to heart, and he'll end up doing tshuva, and he'll have regret for the sins that he has done wrong. Or maybe he stole something from somebody, and now you rebuke him and you tell him, listen, there's a mitzvah of to return the stolen object. Why are you keeping it for yourself? Return it. Maybe Taka, you'll get him to return it. Or maybe maybe Levi had gone before, and he ended up cursing or insulting somebody, being very mean to someone, and therefore you convince him, go and appease that person, quell the anger that you brought about. Why are you being so mean? Go and do something, rectify the situation. In similar situations, the mutter v'atam kanal, you are allowed to listen to the words of Lashon HaRa because there's ta'elis, there's a benefit. You're going to benefit Levi, the sinner over here. You'll help him amend his ways. Avalakaba, but to accept the words as being 100% true, dahainu lahachli radav beliba shu emes. That means that you decide in your heart that what is being said is true. Asabakol gavne, you are not allowed to accept the words as being true. You can suspect, you can be doubtful, you can be suspicious, yes, but you cannot accept them as being 100% true. Otherwise, you're makabel Lashon HaRa, and that is a grave error and a sin that a person does. Have a wonderful day.